The Titanic, the so-called unsinkable ship, set sail on its maiden voyage in April 1912, carrying over 200 passengers and crew. It was celebrated as the largest and most luxurious ship of its time. Newspapers called it unsinkable. But just a few days into its journey, disaster struck. The Titanic collided with an iceberg in the North Atlantic, and over 1,500 people lost their lives. Most people believed the sinking was a tragic accident, an unfortunate combination of circumstances. Yet, some believe there was something far more sinister at play. According to a popular conspiracy theory, the Titanic was deliberately sunk to eliminate some of the wealthiest and most influential men in the world, men who opposed the creation of the U.S. Federal Reserve. On board were John Jacob Astor, one of the richest men in the world, Benjamin Guggenheim, a member of a powerful banking family, and Isidor Straus, co-owner of Macy's. All three were vocal critics of centralized banking, and they had the influence to challenge the creation of a national financial institution. The conspiracy theory suggests that their deaths conveniently removed opposition to the establishment of the Federal Reserve. And indeed, just a year after the Titanic sank, the Federal Reserve Act was signed into law. Many point to J.P. Morgan, one of the most influential bankers of the early 20th century, as a key figure in this theory. Pause. Morgan owned the White Star Line, the company that built the Titanic. He had even reserved a luxurious suite aboard the ship for the maiden voyage. But mysteriously, he cancelled his trip at the last moment, claiming illness. Pause. Some theorists suggest that Morgan knew what was going to happen and deliberately stayed off the ship. Believers of this conspiracy argue that the iceberg story was just a cover-up. Pause. Some claim the ship was sabotaged with explosives. Others say it was intentionally steered into danger. Pause. The fact that Morgan's rivals all perished in the disaster is cited as further proof of the plot. Though unproven, these ideas continue to spark debates over a century later. Historians, of course, largely dismiss these claims. Slight pause. They point out that the Titanic sank due to poor safety standards, too few lifeboats, and an unfortunate collision with ice. Engineering flaws such as the steel quality and the watertight compartment design also played a role. Pause. But even with these explanations, the story of a possible conspiracy continues to fascinate. The Titanic disaster also reveals something about human nature. Pause. We are drawn to mysteries and hidden motives. It is easier for some to believe in a grand scheme than to accept the randomness of tragedy. Over the years, books, documentaries, and online articles have explored the idea that the sinking was part of a larger plan. Pause. Some focus on financial motives. Others delve into secret societies, coded messages, and alleged insider knowledge. Even today, the wreck of the Titanic lies at the bottom of the North Atlantic, a haunting reminder of what happened. Slight pause. Divers have explored the ship, uncovering artifacts, personal belongings, and fragments of the once great vessel. Some claim these relics show signs of explosion or tampering, though mainstream science disagrees. Pause. Yet, the debates keep the story alive, and the Titanic continues to capture our imagination over a century later. So, what do you think? Was the Titanic simply a victim of nature and human error? Or was it the perfect crime at sea? Pause. The truth may never be known, but the questions remain. Pause. And the legend of the Titanic continues to haunt and fascinate us all.